Ladies and gentlemen, you are turning 10-minute bulletin of Bình Phước Radio Television Station and newspaper, and with you will the latest news for today. Practical activities urged to mark the 135th birthday anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh. Rolling out electronic medical records in Bình Phước province for 2025 to 2028 period. Grand ceremony, military and civilian parade commemorating 50th anniversary of National Reunification. The Huế Culinary Capital Festival opens. Ladies and gentlemen, activities marking the 135th birthday anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh in Bình Phước must be organized in a practical manner, stated the Bình Phước Provincial Commission for Information, Education and Mass Mobilization in its recently issued document.
Specifically, the province will organize vivid and visual communication activities including hanging banners and posters, displaying images, showing presentations on electronic boards, holding photo exhibitions, and staging music and dance performances. Publicity efforts will also be made through the press, newsletters, and communication publications, as well as via electronic information portals, community pages and groups, and individual social media accounts. These activities aim to affirm the enduring value and vitality of Ho Chi Minh's ideology, which continues to be upheld in the cause of national construction and defense in the current context. In addition, a conference will be held to review 10 years of implementing Directive No. 5 of the Politburo, combining with a ceremony to commend outstanding collectives and individuals. A number of competitions will be organized to enhance understanding of President Ho Chi Minh's life, career, ideology, ethics, and style, while emulation movements will be launched and projects will be initiated or inaugurated. Other activities will also be held, such as returning to the route trips and gratitude events.
Bình Phước Province has launched a plan to introduce electronic medical records between 2025 and 2028, aiming to modernize healthcare services and enhance public access to medical information.
The province is striving to pilot the use of electronic medical records by August 2025 at the Provincial General Hospital, the Provincial Traditional Medicine Hospital, and health centers in 4 districts and towns, Phước Long, Bình Long, Lộc Ninh, and Bù. This is a specific target outlined in the People's Committee of Bình Phước Province in its implementation plan for the electronic medical records during 2025 to 2028 period. By 2026, the electronic medical records at these 6 healthcare facilities will be upgraded to meet the standards and regulations set by the Ministry of Health. At the same time, efforts will be made to roll out the electronic medical records across 100% of public healthcare facilities within the province. By 2028, the aim is for 100% of healthcare facilities, both public and private, to have implemented electronic medical records. The plan seeks to apply and develop digital technology and IT solutions within the healthcare sector, contributing to the establishment of a modern, high-quality, equitable, efficient, and internationally integrated provincial health system. It also aims to help residents access medical information more easily, improving their ability to use healthcare services effectively and receive lifelong health protection and care. To achieve these goals, the Provincial People's Committee has assigned the Department of Health, the Department of Science and Technology, the Department of Finance, and other relevant cities and units to implement specific key tasks and solutions.
In Bù Đắp District, Bình Phước Province, forest protection efforts have been stepped up during the Ui season to safeguard valuable resources and preserve the natural forest environment.
Ui, known scientifically as Scaphium afina and commonly referred to as mother nut tree, is a valuable medicinal plant widely used in traditional medicine. It's a large upper canopy forest tree, growing up to 20 to 30 meters tall. The tree takes over a decade to mature, enough to have flower and bear fruit. With flowers occurring in March and fruits ripening from June to August, the red fruits are reddish-brown and wrinkled in appearance. Due to their relatively high numbers and economic value, trees in the border areas of Budok district are heavily targeted during the harvest. Since the trees are mainly found on hilly terrain and along the border, detecting illegal activities is extremely challenging without constant patrols and monitoring by forest rangers and relevant authorities. During the 2024 season, the Management Board promptly detected and prevented dozens of illegal entries into the forest for unauthorized harvesting, significantly contributing to the protection of local resources. This year, 5 temporary checkpoints have been established, with patrol teams deployed at key trails and access points to prevent unauthorized entry into the forest. The primary goal is to ensure a tree is felled or made harmful during the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national level ceremony and military and civilian parade commemorating the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and National Reunification from April 3, 1975 to 2025, organized by the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Vietnam, the National Assembly, the President, the government, the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, and Ho Chi Minh City authorities, began at 6:30 a.m. on April 30th along Lê Duẩn Street and several central streets in District 1, Ho Chi Minh City. Attending the ceremony were current and former leaders of the party and state of Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee, revolutionary veterans, heroic Vietnamese mothers, heroes of the People's Armed Forces, heroes of labor, heads of ministries, and central agencies, as well as local leaders, were veterans who contributed to the Great Spring Victory of 1975, along with thousands of guests representing people from all walks of life across the country. The program included a commemorative ceremony and a grand military and civilian parade, with around 13,000 participants. Prior to the official start of the event, there was a 30-minute artistic mass performance. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm hosted leaders and representatives from political parties from various countries visiting Vietnam to attend the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and National Reunification. Expressing the honor and joy at participating in the historic celebration, the guests congratulated the party, state, and people of Vietnam on this occasion. On behalf of the international political parties, heads of delegations from China, Mongolia, Japan, the Dominican Republic, and France highlighted the stature of the great victory on April 3, 1975 of the Vietnamese people under the leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam and revered President Ho Chi Minh. They stressed that this was not only a victory for the heroic Vietnamese people, but also a shared triumph for peace-loving and progressive humanity around the world. It also contributed to peace and development in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hue City Department of Tourism kicked off the Hue Culinary Capital Program on the evening of April 29th at Thương Bạc Park, with a series of distinctive activities for visitors to experience during the April 30th and May 1st holidays. Taking place from April the 29th to May the 2nd, the Hue Culinary Capital is one of the activities of the National Tourism Year Hue 2025 and Hue Festival 2025, aiming to demonstrate, introduce, and promote Vietnamese cuisine in general and Hue cuisine in particular to tourists and people in the city. Hue Culinary Capital offers a variety of appealing activities, including culinary demonstrations and displays featuring cơm muối, short rice, and bún Vân Cù noodles, and bún bò Huế, Huế-style beef vermicelli, prepared by renowned culinary artisans. With nearly 70 booths, regional specialties, and one company, one product, all cup items from Lâm Đồng, Đồng Nai, Đắk Nông, Quảng Trị, Quảng Bình, Đà Nẵng, Quảng Ninh, and Quảng Bình provinces were showcased through the skillful hands of chefs. And that also wraps up our bulletin. Thanks for tuning in and goodbye for now.